so this is another love object. This is the National Steel guitar. Very vulgar. It's got a canoe with lovers on the back. and palm trees. It's a lovely thing. This is what actually Nashville brought me to Wales the first time, because there was one on sale in Exchange of Mark for 85 quid. I borrowed a car, drove to Wales in the pouring rain, and got my first National. They've gone up in price a little bit since then. And this was again, it was a kind of a blues instrument that I learned a lot of country blues on, and slide playing and everything else, you know. But I was fooling around with it one day, and I came up with this. Playing in Belfast first time we went to Belfast, and I got to the and when the first time you play there, the audience were just absolutely for it, and they were up there, and they even put their coats along the front of the stage. And I got up to the and I got up, stepped up to the mic, and this bloke down the front goes, "I love Struck Romeo!" And I couldn't, I mean, I just couldn't. Well, I can't sing it now, I've spoiled it. No, try a verse. Are you alright, guys? Yeah. Got a 7-8, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. Finds a street light, he steps out of the shade, he says something like, "You and me, babe, how about it?" Juliet says, "Say it's Romeo, you nearly give me a heart attack." He's underneath the window, singing, "Hey, I'm my boyfriend's man. You shouldn't come around here singing up at people like that. Anyway, what you gonna do about it?" Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I bet you exploded in my heart, and I forget. When you don't realize it was just that the time was wrong. Juliet, etc. Just very conscious of the clock, and obviously love hearing the man play. But the band was tremendously successful. You were very famous. You found it difficult to cope with fame. Yeah, I'd recommend being successful to anybody. It gets you freedom, and I've got a great studio that I love to work in now. And I feel incredibly blessed, and it's the best. Being inspired to write songs is the best feeling in the world. I feel tremendously lucky, all that. But if anybody can think of one good thing about fame, I'd be very interested to hear it. It's a byproduct, it seems to me, of a kind of byproduct of that sort of success. I worry about it.
Intrusive.
It is everything I can't think of much that's good about it, anything that's good about it really, so except that when it comes to maybe a charitable event that you can lend your shoulder to it and make a difference. Although that has its own, double edge to it too sometimes, because people can always accuse you of wanting the publicity, but still, you can't win them all.
So you don't miss Dire Straits?
No, not at all. I mean, the scale of it was so big, and I had a great time with it. Really loved it. And I'm made for the job, and I love to write, I love to rehearse, I love to tour. I don't want to stay at home and watch Wimbledon. I'm happy to be out there on the road. I love the crew, and I love the whole vibe of it. But it just got too big. Got into catering one day and didn't recognise the truck drivers because we were doing a huge big tour. And one of the things that's really nice about touring is you feel like a little family, and the truck drivers particularly, they're all great guys. The road crew are very independent people that they travel all over the world, they eat food from all over the place, they read books, and they are independent, great people, and I value the relationships that I've had with, and incidentally, the nucleus of the road crew from the very beginning still has been Welsh, and that's part of it too. But yeah, so no, I mean, I was perfectly happy to scale it down, yeah, and get back to being the guy that writes songs, and also, I can say I was writing more folk. I mean, I'm very much folk influenced, and I was writing more things for string bass and more things for accordion. Oh, not another song with I love accordion and sitar and all of those instruments too, and I love the fiddle, and so I find that I'm writing for those kind of instruments a lot of the time too.
Okay, now we've got about 10, 12 minutes left, and I sense the audience would prefer you to play during this last rather than listen to me, so off you go.
Well, yes,
You decided what to think.
well, yes, that's right. I'm just trying to remember how to. No, okay, guys.
What is it?
Well, we'll try. Shall we have a swing at? Hey, that is, you know what? I always think when I go to the theatre, an actor should come out at the beginning and say, "We're going to have a swing at Macbeth." What do you think of that? I mean, it is after all an attempt.